How's it going, guys? So I am here with Helldivers 2, and I wanted to just give some tips and just gameplay that I've picked up that will probably help fighting the Terminids and Automatons. So here you can see with my loadout, this is for the Terminids. Take the Gatling, the autocannon, the guard dog rover, and the quasar cannon. The quasar cannon's newer. It's out a lot because it has unlimited ammo. So with the unlimited ammo, unlike the recoilless rifle or the railgun, so on and so forth, those all need resupply, which can really be bad when you got a lot of bad guys swarming you. The resupply's on a cooldown and 2 or 3 bile titans pop up. So I would highly recommend taking the quasar cannon just as an all-around good pick to take down bile titans and chargers. The quasar cannon will one-shot a charger right in the head. One shot, done. The bile titan, I haven't really got a good pick on how many shots it'll take, just because every time I've engaged one, somebody else is engaging it with an airstrike, with an orbital laser, with another quasar, with a recoilless, with autocannon, so on and so forth. So I haven't really got a good idea of how many shots it would take just with a quasar to take down the bile titan. But it is what it is. So I would highly recommend taking the quasar cannon while fighting the Terminids. If somebody already has one, or somebody, you have 2 of your teammates that already have one, then I probably would just pick something else. Pick a different airstrike or orbital strike, something like that. What I did here, there was a bug breach, and I deployed my Gatling turret and autocannon around the bug breach, basically to help contain it. It's really just being a good teammate. You really just have to look out for your fellow Helldivers and make sure that you're doing what you can to put them into a better position to do what they need to do. Because you need to play off of each other. So I took 2 autocannons, or 2 sentry turrets, and my other guys I saw were taking Eagle airstrikes, a couple orbital strikes, the mech. So you just gotta play off each other and try to help each other out. So nobody had turrets. So I'm like, I'm gonna take turrets, and I typically do, because nobody else really ever does. Now, another thing that you really want to make sure while fighting the Terminids is the advent of the Shriekers. Now, the Shriekers are flying little shits that will drop down and decapitate your face from its body. So those mushrooms that you saw, they look like giant mushrooms, kind of look like spore spewers. The further away you can take those out, the better. And again, this is where the quasar comes in. It's unlimited ammo. So you can just sit back and keep popping it. Now, if you have the recoilless rifle or something, that's going to take ammo to destroy them. So that's, 2 shots probably with the recoilless rifle. So that's 2 shots now that you don't have. Quasar, unlimited, takes about 2 shots. Sometimes I've seen 3 or 4 shots, but I don't know if that was just an issue with... I don't know if it's a hitbox issue or something. I don't know. But usually about 2 shots. Once again, there's a bug breach. I preemptively already threw my autocannon and Gatling in preparation for it, knowing it was coming. And then Bile Titan pops up, and this thing... The nice thing about the turrets, and typically what I do is I throw my Gatling turret in front of my auto turret. Right now he's going after the Gatling. So he got the Gatling, but it'll target the Gatling turret and leave the autocannon alone up until it gets to it. So it gives it that couple seconds that you can take it out while it's going to take out your Gatling, which the Gatling can't do anything to the Bile Titan. The autocannon can, though. So typically that's how I'll arrange it. And also it's just easier for the Gatling to take down all the little guys that are going to get to the autocannon and close the distance. Because once the autocannon has a bunch of little guys around him and starts shooting at him, now it's doing damage to itself, trying to kill these little things. Killing some nursing spewers. Now, the nursing spewers, they are assholes. They're tough to kill. Aim for the head. Plain simple. Aim for the head. Unless you have explosive ammo, aim for the head. The explosive ammo will do, it doesn't have any negation on the damage if you shoot at its sack. Same thing with the charger. If you shoot at its sack with explosive ammo, there's no damage fall off for shooting at the squishy bits. So aim for the head or the legs. Right now I'm using an energy-based weapon. Now again, kind of like with the Quasar, you have unlimited ammo. As long as you do not overheat it and have to change out the ice, you have unlimited ammo. So you can see here, I get it just almost to that point and then let it go, let it cool down. Charger's coming at me. I was trying to go for a headshot, but he bucked up and I got a belly shot. My teammate finished him off though for me. So that worked out. But this mission, we're playing on Impossible. And Impossible is one mission below Helldive, which Helldive's the highest difficulty. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff being thrown at us. But the biggest thing with the Terminids is they have to close the distance with you. So the sooner you can take them out, the better. The further away you can take them out, the better. So this Bile Titan, we saw him, you know, half a mile away, and we just started dumping rounds into him. As soon as we saw him, start dumping rounds into him. Another one pops up half a mile away. We're just gonna start dumping rounds into it because it will close the distance fast, and once it gets up on you, it's a pain in the ass, especially if there's a lot of little guys like hunters and stuff following around. And that's just a beautiful shot. I love it. Whoever called in that 500, beautiful. Now hunters, they are little shits that jump around. Really didn't see many on this this mission. It was mostly nursing spewers, chargers, and the medium armored guys. The guy right there that's being shot at by my guard dog. And really that was it. There were some of the little guys, like the drones, but there weren't a whole lot of hunters on this one. Now there were stalkers. Now if you caught the little invisible guy running around, that's a stalker. And there's a stalker lair. Now to get rid of the stalkers so they no longer pop out into the world, you need to go destroy the stalker lair. Once again, there's a bug breach. I'm just going to throw my auto turrets around it. That's a stalker. It's a shit. It is a shit. If it gets a hold of you, it's going to mess you up. It'll mess you up really quickly. The hunters are basically just, the stalkers are just a giant hunter. Right there, that was my bad. I put down my minigun, ended up killing a civilian we were trying to extract, so I was like, it should be good. It should stop shooting here in a second. It didn't. Now we're on to the Automatons. So the Automatons are a whole lot different than the bugs. When you're fighting the Automatons, you want to take out their bases as far away as possible. You want to use walking barrages, 380s, orbital lasers, and Eagle airstrikes. What I have found is I started taking the armor that'll give me a 30% boost in my range for throwing stratagems and grenades, and that seems to help out significantly with the range at which you can take out their bases. Because if you throw an orbital laser and a 380 on one of the large automaton factories, I mean, it'll decimate it. It will just take it out, decimate it. You don't even have to step foot into the place. So that right there was one of the guard lasers, whatever you want to call it, tower lasers. That is a main priority. You want to take that out as soon as possible. So the further away you are without getting detected, take it out. And it's best to take those out before you actually start an assault on the compound. So from here, a couple of the guys had already started moving down the hill into the fight, trying to push in, and I was like, this is a terrible idea. So I stayed up top. I started throwing down all the sentries that I could and just started plucking all the big targets that I could with the Quasar cannon. Now, my guys were having some issues, you know. I was trying to do what I could, but the automatons were dropping their tanks. They were dropping walkers, not the AT-ATs, but like not the little two-legged ones, whatever you want to call them. I can't remember their name. Anyways, they were dropping them. This tank was closing on two of my guys. I was able to work around and get 2 hits on its rear, and it died. But that's another thing, is you just have to be aware. When fighting the Automatons or the Terminids, you have to have 360 visual on what's going on, and you have to know where your teammates are. I saw my teammates were over here, and I caught a glimpse of the tank as it was driving towards them, and I was like, I need to go take that thing out. And There's another little guy just hanging back, chilling. But again, 360. You need to be looking all around, making sure no automaton patrols or Terminid patrols are coming up behind you, while your other guys are dealing with whatever's ahead of you. And then once you dealt with it, go back in the fight and help out your boys. So again, we're basically just trying to take out this huge compound, and it's been a pain. It's been an absolute pain. They kept dropping tanks on us, kept dropping Hulks, which think of a Hulk as like the Iron Man Hulk suit. It's just enormous, and it usually has like a flamethrower and then like a chain or a flamethrower and then a machine gun or 2 machine guns, I think, is one of them. And it's just a pain. It takes multiple hits unless you can get a really good shot on its face. You can see how quickly the automatons find you, and once they find you, it's bad. Even in sandstorms and blizzards are new environmental factors. They'll see you, and there's nothing you can do. You can't see them, and they spot you from a mile out. So my buddies were taking out that compound, and I was kind of working around them, trying to get a flank. And as I was doing this, that patrol that we were previously shooting at began to encircle us. So basically, I just was trying to find some fighting positions here to take out that patrol that was coming after me, trying to work around us, and basically just doing a withdrawal. Tactical withdrawal, trying to provide our guys some cover and time so we can get the hell out of here. And I know a lot of people, when they're playing, don't ignore that shot there, especially the automatons. They don't really use cover. Everybody just kind of runs around shooting. But I have definitely found that using cover really helps keep me alive. I don't know. I'm not sure why people don't want to use cover against an enemy that shoots at you, but for some reason it's just not a thing. The Terminids are obviously a little different. There's only one Terminid that really shoots at you from far away, and that's the bile spewers. The nursing spewers are the orange ones. They don't have butt cannons, but the bile spewers do, and they will launch green artillery goo from a minute away. They shoot from a minute away, and they'll mess you up. So at this point, we're trying to get out of here. We destroyed the main targets that we needed to, and we're really just trying to get out of here. Now, another thing that I found when fighting the automatons with turrets or sentry turrets, they will destroy the sentry turrets very quickly. Very quickly. They will target them, shoot them from half a mile away, then they're gone. So typically when I lay down my turrets, I try to put them in a little bit of defilade, so their gun's pretty much the only thing popping up. And that was, don't worry about that shot there. And my play kind of went to shit because they decided to drop a tank right on top of that little cliff there, little rock formation. And then at that point, I'm like, okay, I just need to get the hell out of here. But as you can see, there's just red lasers flying everywhere. Fighting the automatons on higher difficulties is insane. The automatons have a suppression system. So if they are being suppressed, their aim will get dog trash. And I have found the Gatling turret is really good at causing this suppression, because it's just pouring rounds at them. So that's another reason why I take the Gatling turret, especially for like the little guys. It'll clean up the little guys, no problem, but it'll also mess up their aim and cause that suppression system to kick in very quickly. So we finally made it to the extraction, and these guys just started pouring in on us, and you're going to have this on higher difficulties if you're playing against the automatons. When you're at the extraction, they are just going to start pouring in on you. Now they're coming down this hill, and I'm just doing the best I can. My guys are calling in everything they got to knock these guys out, but again, I'm trying to use cover. That's a big thing that I'm just going to try to reiterate when you're fighting the automatons. Just use cover. I've played a lot of rounds where guys are just kind of running around doing their thing, and surprisingly, this group that I'm playing with, these are all randoms, are doing the same thing, which I rarely see. but I was playing with a good group, a really good group here, and we were able to knock this out pretty quickly, and got a lot of the objectives taken care of with some time to spare. Now, I was running into some glitching issues here, or just mechanic issues, where it wasn't wanting me to crouch. So just sometimes you gotta just find different cover if it's not letting you crouch and hang out there.
What the hell is going on with the delay?
So here's another group that I was playing with, and we have the Eye of Sauron, and then we also have a laser turret, the big laser cannon turret. So we're like, hey, let's take this thing out. We're far enough away. Let's start taking them out, you know. So he hits it, I hit it. It didn't go down. So once again, we hit it. It's firing at us. Not able to take it down yet. Eventually, we got it. But again, we took it down from a far enough range that we were now able to push in once we deal with some of the rift raft that's coming at us. Right here, I actually get killed by a friendly turret, a friendly mortar, and I mean there was no enemies around me, absolutely like none. The closest one was like 100 meters away. That's a Hulk Scorcher, as it says. That thing has a flamethrower. It's a pain in the ass. I shot it in the back with the recoilless rifle, and it did like nothing to it, and it basically just turned around and said, "Is that all you got?" So that's kind of what you can expect from a Hulk. I don't know. It seems like that should be an instant kill if you get around the back of it, but as you saw there, it wasn't. So at this point, we're trying to take down this large facility, and I can't engage those guys that were in the gully there. I had a shotgun, which normally I don't take. For some reason, it was in my loadout. I don't know if it just messed up with putting the actual weapon that I had, because I had the Liberator Penetrator, I think. So at this point, we're trying to make our way out of the compound. There was this rock formation on the right side that we started moving to. What is that? EMS mortar, whatever it is. It works really well with the automatons. It, you know, disables them, so they just kind of stand there. But at this point, we're trying to withdraw from this area to get the extraction, and we're just getting hammered by tanks, Hulks, Devastators. And you know, I see a lot of samples that are laying around from dead teammates. And again, that's just being a good teammate. If you see a teammate's in trouble, you see they drop samples, whatever, and it's not in a like secure area where they can just drop it and pick the shit up, just grab them. And right here is where we actually start, again, these randoms, just playing with some randoms. We actually start a really good bound back to the extraction area.
Yeah, I got my samples
and I mean, we're communicating. It's a good group of guys. It was a good time, but it was really a good time. It's just working together, trying to fight off this automaton onslaught, and we're, you know, bounding, talking, trying to get the hell out of this place without dying.
Extraction is gonna be really out.
Now this part is my bad. I honestly couldn't even see him. All I saw was the red. I was just trying to hit that red little eye that the Devastator, the Hulk has. But my teammate survived somehow, even though I hit him head on with the Quasar. So I'll just chalk that up as a wash. Buddy called out a tank. He's stopping us from getting to the extraction. I was able to work my way around it, flank it, and take it out pretty easily. And luckily another guy got a hit on it, because that wouldn't have killed it. If there was no hits on it, I wouldn't have killed it with one shot in the back there, as we saw previously. So luckily somebody got a hit on it, and we were able to finish that thing off pretty quickly. Now another tip is that you really want to if you can, you want to take out the drop ships before or right after they drop their payload. Because if you take it out right after they drop, and it'll typically fall down on them and still kill them. But just the best that you can do to try to take those out. And this was a hot extraction. There was like 3 tanks that got dropped in on us, a couple little dudes, and then just a lot of big stuff. But I hope this helps, guys. I was just wanting to put a video out just to try to help fight off the Terminid and the Automatons with just some tips that help me out. The Quasar, huge weapon system. I would take it like on every mission. Guard dog against the Terminids. Turrets are always welcome if nobody else has them. And then just try to be a good teammate and help each other out. But yeah, that's all I got, guys. Take it easy, and let's fight off the Terminids and the Automatons.